Hey y'all, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you guys. All right, so let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Zen. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful Handsome Collective. Hello, Collective. How you doing? Flowers, flowers, flowers. My allergies, so y'all gotta bear with me, okay? Flowers, flowers, flowers. One more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me at a shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. All right, so let's get into it. Channel message here is they're getting everything they prayed for. So let's just take a moment of silence. Let's take a moment of silence right now in regards to their life is not doing too well. They're not happy with the decisions that they have made. So this is very specific for whoever it resonates. Please keep in mind this is a collective read. It's not going to resonate for everybody, okay? So for the ones that do resonate with this story here, someone thought that the grass was greener on the other side. They thought that if they were connected with another person that looked better than you, that sounded better than you, that may have dressed better than you, basically overall, they wanted someone who they thought that they could outshine you. And we all know here, when I'm speaking towards the divine collective, no one can't outshine you. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's an ex-friend, a foe, a brother, a sister, uncle, cousin, mother, father, ex-spouse, ex-lover. I don't give a flying F who it is. Can't nobody outshine you as you being a part of the collective. That is what it is. Anywho, they thought by getting someone that looks better than you in many areas or aspects of their life here, that that was supposed to put you in a position where you come crawling back to them, fighting or arguing with them. Keep in mind that when someone doesn't want you to be with anyone else, they're going to start to try to chip away psychologically at your mind to make you feel less than what you really are. So they'll say things like, "Oh, you'll never find someone like me," which is actually a compliment, to be honest here. Let me just break that down. Anytime you hear someone is mentioning any type of foolishness like that towards you in regards to "you'll never find anybody like me," good, great. Why would you want to find another person exactly like that individual, especially when you went through some form of a harsh experience with them? If that makes sense, why would you want to find someone like them? So that is the beginning of the end in regards to red flags. So when when you should be leaving or disconnecting from this person, however it resonates. But they'll say something like that. If you have a child or if you have kids with them, they'll say something like, "No one will want you with your one child, your two, your three, your four, your five, how many kids you may have." They'll say things like, "Yeah, you're overweight, no one wants you, you're overweight, you have three kids," and this and that, da 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 da. It's all psychological BS to try to break you down, to make you feel like, you know what? Yeah, I do have this going on, and all this other things, and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, maybe they are right. Maybe, maybe nobody else will want me for me. And the foolishness. It's foolishness. Okay. It's pure foolishness. Anywho, so the person that they decided to, we'll say, parade or wear them or use them as a trophy husband or a trophy wife, however it resonates, they're realizing that the grass wasn't green on the other side. Now, before you separate from this person needed to create a plan or a ploy, or more so a storyline, to where you are very unwell within your mind. Because they wanted people to see that once they moved forward with the other person that they did, that was supposed to crush you, and it was supposed to more so solidify or to confirm the storyline that they were saying about you. Well, it didn't happen here. What's happening here is that now they're crashing out, they're losing their mind, They can't come to their senses here. They're always arguing and fighting. And this so-called pick me that they so-called thought was so much better than you is giving you the hell that they once gave to you. So they met their match with this person that they are laying down with or sleeping with or whatever they do best, child. Excuse me. And this, we'll call this person the pick me. The pick me here is doing everything possible to ensure that they make your ex's life a living hell. So your ex is in a very stuck position where they want to get out of it, but they don't know how to get out of it. They've completely burned their bridges with you, of course. They burned their bridges with you, and they are trying to see how they can reattach or realign themselves to come back into your good graces. But of course, that's not going to happen here. So I'm going to start off with my petty deck today on this Good Monday. This pick me here is threatening to harm them. If you go towards the collective, I'm gonna do this to you, I'm gonna do that towards you, and they actually are, it's not falling on deaf ears, we'll say it in that way. They're very nervous because they don't know how this pick me is coming towards them. Yeah, we have domestic violence. They were telling people that you were domestically violent towards them. You weren't. They're a liar. Everything that they said that you have done, you have not done. But the person that they so-called connected to or left disconnected from you to go with them, they're doing all that towards them. And this is for, so if you're a woman and you're dealing with a man, there's a man that's in a domestic violence situation at this moment. If you are a man that was with a woman, there's a woman that's in a domestic violence situation at this moment. So take it how it resonates. Someone's name is Amber, and I'm also, when I was in my meditative state, I heard the name Battersby, Battersby, Battersby. Okay, so I don't know whose last name, maybe that could be someone's first name, but I heard the name Monique Battersby is what I heard. Okay, so I don't know how that resonates. If someone knows that name. We have financial failure. Oh, okay. And we have fake rich. Oh, okay. And we have stuck energy. Interesting. So this person wanted to keep up with the Joneses. And as I mentioned before, you are the depiction of what they think or assume would be like to keep up with the Joneses. You pay your bills on time, you know, you got food in the house, you take care of all the supplements and all the requirements of self. I'll just put it in that way. Without assistance, you do it with ease. I'll just put it in that way. And with the fake rich here, they were trying to keep up with the way that you move through life, to get other people to see them in that way, to see them as rich. You don't come off as fake rich. And again, rich it can be spun in many different ways. It doesn't always have to be monetary or financially. You could be rich in many ways. You could be rich in health, rich in happiness, rich in your mind, etc., etc. Okay? But once again, all they saw were dollar signs. So you know how to turn a dollar, you know how to get something for $1, and you turn that dollar into $1,000 or $1 million. Anything that you touch is it's just your signature. It has your signature on it. You can go to, let's say, the dollar store. That's just an example. You go to the dollar store and get a t-shirt, and you will style the hell out that t-shirt. And when it's time for you to wear the t-shirt, be like, dang, where you get that t-shirt from? You be like, dollar store. You be like, really? But the way that you present yourself is you always standing up like, you know, you shine that $1 million shine. You have $1 million shine to you, if that makes sense. So with the fake rich and the financial failure here, they thought that you were, they thought you had a lot of money, and they thought that they needed to outshine you by trying to do more than you to impress this person that they went towards here. Now they're in stuck energy because they no longer have the money. They don't have the riches. They don't have anything to confirm this so-called lifestyle that they wanted to continue to live here. We do have transition and we have burnt out. They're very burnt out by plotting on you. No matter what they do, no matter what they say, they can't get to you. That bothers them. So their life is in shambles. Their life is destroyed. Their life is very chaotic. They have a person right next to them that ain't doing well for themselves either. They don't take care of themselves. They don't wash themselves. Their hygiene is very low. Their home is probably not clean. Like they left you for the epitome of just garbage. They left you for garbage, and that's okay. And we all know if you allow garbage to stay within a home or to stay near you over a period of time, it's going to start to smell. And eventually, if you don't take out the trash, knowing that you should be taking out the trash, you're going to start to smell like that trash. So it's a match made in heaven. Never ever get bent out of shape when someone say they don't want you anymore. Never ever get bent out of shape when people try to come at you, the way that you look, your physique and stuff like that, because that tells me there that there's a bigger, deeper issue that they have to deal with that number one, they don't want to deal with. Number two, they need to make you feel like how they feel. And number three, they want you to live in their misery. No. One thing, I had a conversation over the weekend, and we were talking about things that people do to try to get other people stuck within a certain state or cycle of things. And one thing I've realized here is that when people are very long-winded, they're going to do everything possible to ensure that you don't get out of the long-windedness that they're trying to push onto you. An example would be, let's say text messages, right? Let's say you tussling or you arguing or you trying to make a point through a text message, and you ever realize those really long-winded is so long, you be like, God damn, get to the point. But it be so long and long-winded, it's just a bunch of just foolish, just da 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 da. They're trying to keep you stuck in the loop, to keep you stuck in arguing and fighting with them. That's one tactic, one of many tactics that individuals may tend to do when they're trying to get their point across, when really there's no point to be made because it's nothing but foolish jargon within the actual long-winded text message there, right? Another thing they'll do is they will, let's say you have a miscommunication, a verbal miscommunication, and you guys can't agree on the same thing. What they'll do is, once you've completely like finished, let's say you walked away from the communication or whatever the case may be, and they still trying to come back on you, or they trying to be on your back, or they're trying to, oh, we ain't finished here, and one more thing, and one more thing. Like they just keep trying to reel you in into a very redundant, old, toxic, outdated BS cycle, to the point where you get so flippin' angry or upset or show signs of distress, because that's what they want. They need you to be distressed because you ain't giving them the time of day or whatever the case may be. So the moment that they see that the things that they're trying to do towards you is working, then they try to go in for the gusto. But I say all that to say here, you're not giving this person any type of attention. You're not responding to them. You're not communicating with them. And they're burnt out by the lack of communication. So they're going in circles, plotting against you or towards you, and it's not doing anything. There's no energy, so you starve it. Yeah, we have Tower moment in Hidden Agenda. The hidden agenda was not successful. So because hidden agenda wasn't successful, they had a Tower moment. And the Tower moment here was that they were spending too much time trying to plot on you, and the person that they left you for, the person that they're currently with here, is really, well, why you keep talking about the collective? And I thought we was together and this and that. So now they put a fear into that pick-me's energy, space, mind, heart, whatever here. And that pick-me's giving that person hell. Anger issues, financial success. They don't have any money. The money that they did have, it came from you. You were sustaining this person, whether you are masculine or feminine, okay? Take it how it resonates. But you were sustaining this person at one point in time. Sustaining them in regards to maybe they were using your car. Sustaining them to the point where you were actually feeding them. sustain them to the point where they actually had a place to rest their head. You know what I mean? You were sustaining them at one point in time. And these are the type of individuals that think that they can have their cake and eat it too. Not over here. You can have your cake and eat it too elsewhere, not over here. You don't get options over here or choices. No, you don't get that over here. If you feel you need more than one person to lay down at night with or to sleep around with and to do whatever you do foolishly, karmic, you ain't gonna do well over here. I'm just being very honest. You ain't gonna do well over here. Okay, they thought because they had access to you feeding them, for you taking care of them, probably giving them money or whatever. However, here they thought that they've mastered their craft by keeping you complacent, or so they thought. They thought you were in a complacent state where you would never leave them. And once everything started to, be out in the open, you was like, oh, okay, this is the type of game you playing, and you left that person. Shoo, you left them. Which they weren't expecting. Because remember, they needed you to show off who they wanted to be. They needed you to show others how they wanted to portray themselves to be. And it just didn't work in that way. So we have the Ten of Wands here. Okay. So they feel overwhelmed. They feel burdened by life. They feel like life is very hard for them right now. They literally feel like that the world is on their shoulders. Yeah, the world is on their shoulders because they kept praying and praying and praying and manifesting and manifesting and manifesting. They said they wanted all these things for you. That wasn't your portion. That was not your dream. Just because someone has a dream for you doesn't mean it has to manifest. Let's keep this in mind. People can say whatever they want to say. Oh, I wish this for you and I wish that for you. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I can wish for myself. I can manifest for myself. I can pray for myself. And I feel very strongly about that. Like I mentioned, I don't like people praying for me or sending me. I don't like, because everybody's prayers are not good. It's not vital. It's not healthy. So I don't care for that. But anywho, I say all that to say here with the Ten of Wands here, someone could be living in a car right now. Your ex could be living in a car. They're keeping this quiet. No one is helping them. They refuse to help them. So they have an angry bird. The pick-me is an angry bird that just keeps squawking, squawk, 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 squawk. All they doing is squawking. And they're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of the squawking of the person that they love or that they decided to be with. They only left you, or so-called left you, hanging because they thought they covered all their bases. 3 meals a day, a hot cot. That's basically how they treated the whole connection. Oh, they can always pull up to get something to eat. They can shower if they need to. They can rest their head. And when you took all those things away, it took away the ability for them to use whatever, your car, or whatever, however here, they were stuck with their own nothing. See, the Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. And for some of you guys, if you were taking care of this person, the money that they had, they were giving it to that other person. So they were saving their money and you were willing to help this person out. And they looked at you like a sucker. Okay. Can't call us that now, karmic. So they thought since they had you, since they've mastered your complacency, that they can go out and they can sleep around and they can be with other people. And if that doesn't work out or it doesn't pan out in the way that they anticipate, then they can come back to you because they have already established that. If that makes sense. But the moment that they try to reconnect with you, try to jiggle that door or try to use that old key to get back into a new chapter or to the new door that led you to somewhere else, they felt stuck. Someone's name is Denzel, or maybe you like Denzel Washington. Or maybe you've named your child after Denzel. I'm hearing namesake. So someone's name could be Denzel. You could be from DC. I'm hearing mambo sauce, home of the mambo sauce. And I'm hearing go-go. So you could be from the DC area. I'm also hearing lowrider, which is California. I don't know which part of California. Maybe Long Beach City, LBC. I could be wrong. Please correct me. But I just keep seeing lowriders. I hear music. I'm also hearing Tejano music, like Selena Tejano. So that's like, I guess that's Southern Texas, like deep, deep Southern Texas, like near Brownsville area. I could be wrong, but just correct me. I don't know everything, but this just popping up for me here. It could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with. We do have the devil here. Okay. We have the Ten of Swords, and then we have the Tower. So this is not looking good. They don't want to be in a connection with this pick-me anymore. The pick-me is actually certified insane. And the reason why this pick-me is going insane here is because this low vibrational Capricorn did this to this person. How do they make them go insane? Well, this low vibrational Capricorn, however it resonates for you, is really into you. And they've been giving all of their time, effort, and energy to focus on you. And they more so stifled the connection that they so-called left for. So it's causing a huge rift between the two here. And that pick-me is like losing their mind and want to argue and want to fight and want to tussle, and they have to sleep with one eye open at night, and they got to watch out for their food. They won't take food from this. Like everything that this person tried to do to you is happening to them. They always feel like that they got to be on guard with this person. This pick-me got them fired from their job. So if they had a job, they no longer have a job because this pick-me kept causing a lot of issues at their job here. I mean, doesn't it sound familiar for the ones that resonate? You could have been working a job previously before, and it could have been a really good job that you really love to go to. And you may have had an ex that came to your job and got you fired, or may have made a scene at your job to get you fired. I'm going to keep saying it. It don't pay to be a mean person. It don't. Being mean has strong, harsh repercussions that a lot of people don't want to speak about, or maybe a lot of people are not even aware that it exists. But being a very ignorant, nasty individual, bad-spirited individual, it don't get you far. It just doesn't. But some people choose to live that life, and hey, that's okay. Everybody has free will, and you got to allow people to live how they need to live. And if that's what they need to live, then hey, that's on them. You just stay far away from them so you don't get caught up in this foolishness here. Police are called every other day. There could be a restraining order. This pick-me is going against the restraining order here. Eight of Swords, they feel free, or they feel stuck, but you feel free with the world here. What's this here? And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. So they feel stuck and you feel free. We do have Seven of Pentacles here, disappointment. Okay, so that would be with this one here. They're not growing anymore. Their growth has been stunted when they left you, and they got a kick out of that, which is crazy. Imagine you giving and you helping an individual, and they getting a kick out of so-called thinking, assuming that they're using you. And the moment that you're able to peep game and you left them high and dry, now they stuck. They literally bit the hand that fed them numerous times. And every bit or every bite that they took from the hand that fed them, they laughed. They thought it was funny. Okay, well, eventually, if you keep biting the hand, what you think gonna happen? That hand gonna pull back. The hand is gonna pull back at some point in time, sometimes permanently. And they weren't expecting that. But yet again, this individual thought they knew you because you were helping them. I would never understand the correlation between someone that is willing and open to help another person, and they take that as, oh, let me take advantage of them or let me use them. I would never understand it. I would never understand it. You weren't used. You may feel used. Hear me out. This is a new perspective. We're just shifting the perspective in a way. Yes, you've helped this person in their time of need. Yes, I think you were led to do that for whatever reason resonates for you. But you were led to do that to show them that if they are a good person, they can get great things or good things. And they looked at your goodness or your greatness as a form of weakness. They look at your greatness as a form of weakness. That doesn't even sound right. Saying it in the same sentence, it doesn't sound right. How can someone's greatness be their weakness? And I'm looking at it from a higher perspective, not negative, from a higher perspective. How can someone that is destined to be great, right? Your greatness, whatever you are great in, how can someone that never experienced greatness or never had their type of greatness can turn around and say or call you or use your greatness as a form of weakness? That doesn't make sense. They're laughing at your greatness, but yet trying to take from it. Whatever. we have the moon here. Okay, it could be a Cancer sign. Moon represents Cancer. You may have had a family with this person. They're helping me. They're weak. What? That's how they sound. Yeah, they help me get myself together. They're doing this for me. They're doing that for me, but they're weak. Huh? Okay, well, let me pull back the weakness then. Let me pull it back. And let me see if you're going to sing a different tune. And that's exactly what's happening here. They ain't calling you weak anymore. Or you're the best thing ever that came through. They're so glad that they met you. They're so sorry for how they treated you. And now they want to sing their tune or sing a different tune. They don't make sense, man. Your greatness is not weakness. I'm telling you this. Especially for the ones that may wear their hearts on their sleeve. Or you just have a big heart. I get it. I'm just like that too. I have boundaries now though. But anywho, your greatness is not a sign of weakness. It is not. It's not. You're just going to have to be more aware and using more discernment to ensure that everyone does not get a piece of your greatness. Because over time, if you're just always willy-nilly giving to just anybody, just however, whatever, you're going to deplete yourself if you're not able to get something back in return. Reciprocity is the name of the game here. Everything that you do for others and for yourself, it must be reciprocal. Again, everything's not about money. Money is a big part of it, of course, yes. But other areas and other aspects in your life, everything must and should be reciprocal. And if you're feeling that you're not getting that reciprocity in regards to what you're getting to other people, then don't give to others until you're able to figure that out, until you're able to balance that out, and you're able to move in a way where there's equal reciprocity. Yes, that doesn't make you a stingy person. It doesn't make you a selfish person. Who cares what people say? Because that's normally what they will say. Oh, you think you all that, or you think you selfish, or you can't even give me $5. I don't have to give you anything. We all got the same 24 hours in a day. Whatever you decide to do it, I'm saying this collectively, karmically, generally speaking. What others decide to do with their 24 hours, they ain't got nothing to do with me. Okay? So if you want to sit down and you just want to just waste your 24 hours and then complain at the 25th hour because things ain't happening and things ain't working out, that's not our fault. That's not our problem. That's not our fault. That's your fault. For whoever that resonates for. And this is what they wanted to do. They wanted you to feel guilty for not helping them. They're telling other people, yet you're helping them, but they're laughing and snickering behind your back for helping them. You're laughing at someone that's helping you, genuinely helping you. That's funny. Somebody help me out here. How was that funny? Yeah. See, they helped me. Yeah, well, how they help me? Well, they're helping me give me a place to stay. They help me eat. They don't make sense. This is not something to laugh at. But anywho, because you're not dealing with individuals that are not all the way up here, you're dealing with unintelligent. I'm gonna be careful because I just got my TikTok back. Unintelligent individuals. I'm gonna keep it cute. They talking big mess behind your back, but as soon as you pull away from them, now they ain't got nothing to say. Now they quiet. Now they trying to sit in prayer. Now they're trying to find the fault, or they're trying to see if they can fix the issue. The issue was fixed when you left the situation, when you disconnected from it. That's when the situation was handled. And this person thought that they could play you as such, like I guess a Sega Genesis or something, child. Somebody eating a hoagie or a cheesecake or cheesesteak, something. Some kind of heavy something, child. Yeah, I'm sure you are. We have the Nine of Swords here. They can't go to sleep. They're thinking about their bills. They're thinking about this unwell individual that they decided to connect with here. They feel like they're losing their mind. Good, as you should, Karmic. They feel like that they can't get a break from life. They feel like life is too hard to endure at this moment here. They may have actually told that unhinged person that they're with that they're going to cause harm to self. And that person's been egging them on to do that. It's bad. Because that pick-me won't leave them alone. They watched them. They stalked them. If they had a car, it was a track on the car, on their cell phone. Who wants to live life like that? Who wants to live life like that? There's cameras everywhere. I know you with that person. Who wants to live life like that? Who? So they don't feel like they belong. And they gave this person everything. They gave them all of whatever they had, and everything was taken from them. Everything. And you're just going to watch this person fall in public because they're going to bring this to social media. The side person or the connection, whoever they love or whatever, however you want to call that person, child. They're going to bring this to social media. Oh, yeah, you're going to see. They're going to talk about this person's history, their sexual history. They're going to put it all out on the table on social media. We have the dark is in reverse. Wow. It's not in the dark anymore. Humanity is upright. Humanity will be like the World Wide Web. And then you have Volcano and you have T. I'm not making it up. You have humanity here, which is the World Wide Web. Things are getting blown out of proportion. And then you have the T. The tea that you already know is just waiting for it to just kind of spill out here. And this is a funeral dress with the future in reverse. And that person's not going to be able to take that backlash from social media. This is what they try to do to you when you had other social media accounts, or let's say you had an older account and maybe it was disabled because of this person here, this ex here. They thought it was funny. And now they're getting the same treatment, but even further or even more. I mean, this is an unhinged, unwell person that they decided to choose over you. Thank you. Thank God. Good riddance. Thank you, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm always grateful for people that take other people away from. Thank you. It wasn't meant to be. Thank you. Thank you. You can have them. You don't even have to hide them. Just take them. Look, justice is here. You don't ever have to hide your threesomes and four. You don't have to hide it. Say that's what it is, and just go about your life. Go with them, and that's what. That's why they feel so sorry, because you're not running after them. You're not fighting for them. You ain't banging down nobody's door. You ain't calling down nobody for where you at and why you at. You when it's just like a big weight has been released off your shoulders. It's just like, finally, I can finally breathe, you know? They drinking a lot. Their eyes could be yellow. So this is a very, 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 very heavy drinker. They drink most of the day, majority of their day. So their livers could be starting to be affected by this. But this is years of irresponsible drinking. So there's someone here. I said, what did I say so far? I said Capricorn and Cancer. Those are the two signs that came out. There's someone that they drink irresponsibly every day in and day out. I don't even feel like that they're functioning. They can function without it. Like, they need it now. It's like, it's coming up to the point of, remember that show called Intervention? I don't know if it's still, let me get you out of here. Why do y'all come on here with this foolishness? Come on. Let me get you out of here. All right. Let me see anybody else. All right. So the show Intervention. This person needs a big intervention. So they're staying quiet in regards to why their life is falling apart. But for some odd reason, they're trying to position you or pin you as to why their life is falling apart. No, you're not the reason why their life is falling apart. They are the reason why their life is falling apart, because they decided to take something that they thought was a shiny object, is what that person was. They may look good on the outside, but inside they're a very horrible individual. Like I said, they don't take care of themselves. They don't bath themselves. They don't take care of their hygiene duties. They don't do anything with, in regards to what they should be doing here. So to be honest, this ex here is really, they're being intimate with someone that's very hollow in spirit. There's no spirit. It's just a hollow body. There's no substance within. Like, there's no great quality within the person. This ex loves quantity. They don't love quality. And that's why they're stuck. They're being driven to, there's a song by Jagged Edge called Driving to, okay? That's the name of the song. But Apple is in reverse. They took the risk and they succeeded with the risk. Yes, they did. They took the big risk by going towards someone else who they deemed was more their speed. And yes, that is correct. That person was more their speed. Yes, they love people to argue and fight with them. That person was their speed. They like people to run after them after they leave them behind. Yes, that person was their speed. They love the toxicity in relationship. That person was their speed. They left you to go where they should have been in the first place. They did the right thing. They made the right decisions. Yes, they did. Oh, when he left me and she left me, they were supposed to. They were supposed to leave you. You're so much better than this foolishness. You are. Yes, you are. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. That's why they got everything that they kept manifesting and praying for. Does that make sense? You would never be, and you would never be, and you would never be. And they are so right. You couldn't be those things while you were attached to them. So, yes, they were right. You ain't nothing without me. You ain't this and it. They are right. You ain't nothing without me. You are nothing without me. Meaning that if I was to stay around that person who is consistently telling me that I won't be anything while they're still there, that is right. So how do you become something from nothing? Leave the person. Leave them where they are. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Au revoir. I see you later. Whatever. How? Adios. Yes. They met their match. You were not their match. You were out of their league, actually. Or they were out of your league. They were out of your league. They were out of your league. So the next time somebody, hopefully it's not a next time, but if you're currently in this position now, because we have many different walks of life here, if you're currently in a position now where somebody keep feeding you this foolish things, you'll never be better without me, you'll never find nobody like me, that's why you need me. No, that's not true. The moment that you're awakened, the moment that you see it for what it is and you pull away, and just the first thing that you notice when you pull away from toxicity is silence. That's the first thing you realize or recognize when you walk away from toxic things, toxic patterns, whatever, however. First thing, silence. To the point where you were like, wait, that makes sense. No, wait. You get an aha moment. You get confirmation through your spirit. You feel like that you can breathe again. You feel like you can think again. You know what I mean? Like things start to look up for you when you have peace. And that's the one thing that they don't have, that they want to take from you. So how do they disturb your peace? Or how do other people disturb other people's peace? By becoming toxic in your life, a consistent toxic cycle to ensure that you never feel peace within. This is why for some, not for all, this is why this person wanted you to feel pre-transitional, where you hurt yourself. They didn't want you to have peace within yourself. The story or the song "A House Is Not a Home" by Luther Vandross, I think, this is my interpretation, I feel he's talking about your actual home within self. That's just me. I'll give you the flower. No, that's if this world was mine. A house is not a home. Let me see if I can pull up. Give me a second. House is not a home. Yes, so a house is not a home. It says, now and then I call your name and suddenly your face appears. But it's just a crazy game. When it ends in tears. Pretty little darling, have a heart. Don't let one mistake keep us apart. I'm not meant to live alone. Turn this house into a home. When I climb the stairs and turn the key, oh, please be there saying that you're still in love with me. I feel, this is just me, I feel this is about self-love. That's what I feel. I could be wrong, but that's just this is how I interpret this actual song here. A House Is Not a Home by Luther Vandross. That's the first thing you get when you walk away or run away or whatever. Peace. This is why I keep saying it's very important to ensure that you have time for yourself so you can sit back, you can recollect, what happened in the day, last week, a month, whatever, however. You need that peace to learn who you are. And if you constantly have someone, oh my God, stop. That's all they want to do in your damn ear. Oh my God, can you stop it? No, and I got that would really drive somebody insane. That's what they were trying to do, man. How else are you going to hear the guidance of self if you're constantly around toxicity? They knew what they were doing. Again, they knew what they were doing. See, look, subconscious that they're trying to get into. Okay, let me get you up out of here. Oh. Remember, they so-called had the blueprint as to who you were based on the lies that they wanted to listen from others about you. No one knows you better than you. No one knows you better than you. And if you don't know you yet, you better sit with self, boo. I don't just say that just to say that. Sit with self. Connect with self. Connect with your inner self, the inner guidance of self, which is going to help you connect to that bigger body of energy. God, universe, Jesus, Buddha, however way y'all do y'all thing. It's all interconnected. However way you do your thing. But the more you sit with self, the more you dive deeper within self, the more you're going to learn more about self, things that you didn't even think would even exist. But you need peace in order for you to do that. Look, it says guide. Okay? It says guide. Okay? It says guide. Spy is here. Okay? Spy is here. They could be trying to act like a guide to spy on you, or they feel that you may have a guide that spy on them. You don't spy on this person. You don't care not one drop of a fart about this person. You don't care about this person. But because if you are guided, if you are connected, meaning you get your intuitive nudges and whatever, however here, your spies, aka that big energy that you are connected to, is always going to drop birdies into your beautiful mind, into your heart space, however way you receive your messages. Because there's many ways to receive messages. That's the real spy if they want to find someone to be at fault with. You're dealing with lost souls. A criminal that's a lost soul. Their whole life is lost. So they have a nagging third party or priority, whatever, and they were showboating this person around, and they wanted you to feel so bad and so angry that they finally found someone that was on their level. Why would you feel upset when you surpassed both of them? You didn't just surpass the past person, you surpassed both of them. Now look at both of them. They're both at each other's neck and neck, trying to stop. Can you get away from me? And I can't stop. But wasn't that what they were trying to do towards you? When you were telling them, hey, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. Can you stop? Can you chill? Some of you guys maybe argued and fight back. You did what you had to do. But at the end of it all, you were just tired. And you're entitled to feel that way. You're entitled to have moments where you feel tired of a certain situation. Yes. But once that tiresome energy comes and washes over you, that is the time to ask yourself, is this a tired being worth being tired for? Or is this a tired in the way of a sign or a signal that it's time for me to go? What type of tired is it? Is it a good tired where you've been successful all day, you hit your goals, and that's a really good tired? Like, you know what, I did what I was supposed to do. I'm tired, but it was well worth it. Or is it another type of tired where you keep going through the ringer over and over and over and over and over? What type of tired is it? This is what helps you to figure out what triggers you and what doesn't by asking questions. An example would be someone is having a conversation with you, but you don't like the way they may have said something or deliver it to you. Why is it triggering you in the way that it's triggering you? Ask that question. That's shadow work. Is it their tone? Okay, do you feel the tone was directed towards you? Maybe they were excited in the way that they said it. What made you felt so triggered by what that person was saying? That's just an example, of course. And if you're able to locate the origin of that trigger, well, then you just did shadow work. Now you can fix it and change it. Look, obstacles. Obstacles. The first thing, Resilience says on Instagram, I'm all sorts of tired. Okay. So name 3 things that will make you feel peaceful, whatever that may mean to you, however that resonates for you. Find 3 top things that makes you peaceful and start to incorporate that into your life. Remember, everything starts with the mind. Remember, when people don't want you to learn who you are, when people want you to feel restless or helpless, they start with this. You wait and you wait and you'll never be. And that's why. And yeah, it's mental. It's a mental mind F. That's what it is. When you feel stagnant and when you feel complacent in a situation that you've completely overgrown or outgrew, they start with this. I'm explaining it. They start with this. But if this is fortified, if this is strong enough to where you won't allow people to project onto you, it's not going to affect you. That's why I keep saying all, the universe, the all, ALL, primordial energy, the all is mental. Write that down somewhere and keep it close to you. All is mental. Then look it up on Google and start going down the rabbit hole. You're going to understand what I mean when I say that. All is mental. It starts within the mind. But if you have bad-minded individuals around you, knowing that you have a pretty good, stable mind, and they see that, and they're trying to come towards you to get you to to get you to not stand in your own mind, well, this is where the obstacles come in. Remember, they want your position that you are currently in. Think about that for a moment. And give yourself more credit than you normally do. You should. It's time. Stop giving yourself haphazard credit, or stop giving yourself limited credit of self, because other people don't see you in that way. They just project it onto you to get you to see it in that way. That's why people come together and congregate, and you ain't, and you ain't, and you, and you would never be, because they see something in you maybe you have not seen within yourself first or yet. It's like they become a tyrant of the mind. They become a tyrant of the mind. Yes, give yourself grace, but give yourself credit as well as you giving grace. Give yourself as much grace as you need, but also give yourself as much credit as you should about yourself. You're going to always be the biggest cheerleader that you can be of self. I can say great things to you all the time. Sometimes you may accept it, sometimes you may not, and that's okay. But you have to learn to become the biggest cheerleader of self while giving yourself grace, no matter how small it is. It's going to help you to see things in a different way. It's going to help guide you in a different way. It's going to help you to grow in a different way, in a positive way. So if the you ain't and you ain't and you would never and da and the T-Rex BS. If it's not affecting you, they projecting at you, right? But if it's not true, you're not going to create any obstacles. All these narcissistic individuals have at their tool or their arsenal or in their toolbox here is fear, lies, and oppression, and we'll say abuse, okay? Fear, oppression, abuse, and lies. Let's take away the fear. You're not afraid. Let's take away the lies. Well, and you're this and you're that. You know you're not those things. You don't resonate with that. That doesn't resonate on a soul level. It doesn't resonate on a spiritual level in regards to who they think you are or not. It doesn't resonate. So lies don't affect you. Okay, opposition. Now they're trying to bring other people in, obstacles. Well, let's bring 5 and 6 people. Let's bring all the people that they are aware of. The what do you call that? The familiar faces. And they want you to be afraid of the familiar faces that they bring towards you. For what reason? Why would I be afraid of you? I don't care if you're familiar or not. Why should I be afraid of another person, especially when you're trying to come up against me to do foolish things towards me? That just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. You're trying to make me afraid. You're coming towards me to try to make me afraid of you. That doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. Just doesn't. It's very comical if you ask me. So we got rid of the fears. Roar, roar, I'm gonna get you, collector. Okay. We got rid of the fears. We got rid of the lying because the things they said about you wasn't true. So we got rid of the lying, opposition, the individuals that coming up against you. Yeah, well, here's another thing. When a narcissist has been able to successfully get other people on board with the things that they're trying to do towards you, is because they know secrets of the individual that they have recruited to come up against you. So if anything was to happen, or if anything was to go awry, that if that person that they turned against you were to want to come towards you or have a change of heart, they have them stuck or they have them pinned against the wall because they have a secret that they don't want to be exposed. Fear, opposition, lies. And if you have a secret, collectively, generally speaking, work on the secret. So that way, if someone was to discover your secret or to find out your secret and they blurt it out or they spoke about it, it ain't going to affect you. I've been talking about that. Oh, but yeah, and they were 5 years ago and they did this and they did that. Okay, but we took care of that. What else you got? What do you mean, what else you got? And they're just going to keep building on the thing that you already healed from. At the end of it all, they have nothing. They have nothing on you. That's why they try to put things on you, because they don't have anything on you. Someone that has a secret is going to be much more afraid of things or someone versus someone that don't have any secrets. When you don't have any secret, if you're not hiding anything from the world, you're going to feel free. You literally going to be living your best life, your la-di-da life, literally. You're going to be living your best life with no cares in the world because nothing can harm you. Nothing is, if that makes sense? Victim mentality. Now it's the woe is me and I can't and they did this to me and they did that. No, we didn't do anything. Remember they said we didn't do anything for them? Which one is it? Did we do something for them or we did not do anything for them? You can't flip-flop. You just can't. Which one is it? They call us silly and irresponsible and delusional and all these things for trying to help them get to another part of their path. They laughed at that. When we pull back, now they say, oh, it's their fault. Which one is it? Again, how are you going to laugh at someone that's trying to help you genuinely, but when they pull back the genuity of helping, now it's their fault? Which goes back to my question, why be afraid of someone that is currently now in victim mentality? Remember, they was Tony the Tiger tough. They were, or supposedly, they were Tony the Tiger tough. Now they're in victim mentality? Somebody help me make this make sense, please. Be afraid of someone that's currently in victim mentality. It's your fault because you saw through their illusions. It's your fault because you saw through their lies. It's your fault because you have no fear of them. It's your fault that you've completely destroyed this so-called huge facade that this narcissist wanted to continue to live under. And if they choose to live in a false reality, a falsehood of things, they can, just not around you. That's why I've been trying to get you guys to understand who you truly are. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget. If other people had the permission or shoot, the audacity, they will try everything possible to ensure that you will forget who you are. And we don't have time for that right now. You can't forget who you are. The inner core of self. You cannot. Because you need that moving forward. Trust me when I say that. Y'all think this life is going to get a little easier? No. Especially all that's going on right now, all the world events and all that stuff. You going to need you a little bit more than you going to need others. Trust me on that. Because there's a lot of stuff that's getting ready to shake and bake. And I don't think a lot of people are ready for that or prepared for that. There's going to come a time where it's going to be more authentic community gatherings, people that want to do better for self and for their neighbors. But you need your discernment for that. You need your discernment for that because not everybody is going to try to come in. Oh, I can help you. You need your discernment for that. It starts with you. Okay. Abandoned. It just doesn't make sense. They left you. They left you. Try to heckle you for leaving. And this is my air quotes, trying to leave you. And you're like, okay, whatever. You abandon the situation. You're like, finally, okay, they left. I left. Shoot, finally. And now they looking back to see if you looking back. What you looking back for? The only time you should be looking back, two, is when you reverse in the car. That's the only time you need to look back to make sure, especially if you in the northern cities And you gotta learn how to parallel park. So yeah, you gonna need to, you know, you gonna have to line up the car and you gonna have to look back to see. That's one way. And the only time you should look, another time that you should look back is when you're doing your shadow work. Look back at what? What am I looking back at? Somebody eating pizza. Okay, so this is very specific here. So if you don't want to answer, you don't have to, but this is what my spirit is telling me to say. So did you try like edibles for the first time yesterday, or had like some trees, you know, some Mary Jane, okay? If you did, you may have been met with like an energy yesterday. There was like a spirit that was around you, okay? It may have scared you for I don't know, whoever this resonates for. So if you had some kind of like Mary Jane or edible or something like that. Yeah, I think I could say 420. 420. You were met by energy. It was an angelic being, okay? So don't write that energy off because you keep calling for help or you keep asking for more protection, and that energy is angelic. It came to you. So I'm hearing Albuquerque. Someone's name is Davis. I'm also hearing Avis. Someone's name is Shalene. Shalina. Someone's name is Dante. Sharante. Sharon. Sharona. Secret life. Yeah, you abandoned this secret life that they wanted to keep a secret, which is fine. Confirmation. You were never supposed to find out the secret life that they had. So they wanted to just keep you stuck on a shelf, like an elf on a shelf for the remaining of your years. Time is something that we can't get back. Age is something that we can't get back. And this person was willing to waste, there are some people out here that are habitual lifetime wasters. Habitual lifetime wasters that will see you in your prime and will do everything possible to waste your life away, to waste your age away, to even age you up prematurely to ensure that you never live the life that you are destined to do or to be. Don't do that to yourself. Let's just say, I know everybody went through what they went through. I get it, I understand. But we talking about now, to where you are finally out of that foolishness and you have new keys to open up a new door, new chapter into your life. Make the best of what you have currently. And the more that you make the best of what you have currently is going to grow an even bigger, an avalanche, we'll say, of blessings. That is something that I've realized, that there are people that specifically come into your life to waste your life away habitually. While they try to get as much as they can from you, they use you as a stepping stool, which is crazy. They use you as a stepping stool to drain all that they can from you, literally all of the life of the time that you have here, waste you away, suck you dry, and just put you next and go to the next person. And this is how these individuals at the time were staying afloat. Off the backs of other people's sweat, tears, etc., etc. I just basically summed it up, identity theft. And it could be spun in a way where they may have been trying to take your identity, trying to live life as you, trying to speak like you, trying to dress like you, trying to walk like you. It's mental illness is what this is. Let's call it what it is. Someone that wants to be just like you, but are willing to hurt you because they can't be like you or because you refuse to allow them to be like you is mental illness. Let's talk about it. And it's very rampant. It really is. The way some individuals think, because they can no longer take from you freely, they can't steal from you anymore. They can't do anything for you anymore. Or can't get anything from you anymore. Their harsh way of their illusions being broken is to completely eradicate the thing that they were taken from, if you catch my drift. If they can't take from you, if they can't siphon from you, they're going to eradicate you. If that makes sense. Because they have nothing to lose. They never had anything to begin with. Someone's name is Dolly, D-O-L-L-Y, Dolly. You may like Dolly Parton. We have private investigators in reverse. They can't pry into your life if you take your life back. They cannot pry into your life until you take your life back. And that could be spun in many different ways. Caught in the act, cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Caught in the act. So now that they're caught in the act, meaning you're aware of as to what they've done towards you, yes. What are you going to do differently? Now that you are aware that they've had a secret life, what are you going to do differently in regards to you? Not to them, to you. What are you going to do differently? Now that you have the information that you need to move forward, what are you going to do differently? First things first, all is mental. All is mental. 3 words, 3 profound words that you should, when you get some time, look it up, research on your own. All is mental. 2 movies that I highly recommend for beginners is The Secret. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. It might be, it might not be. Look up The Secret and look up then there's a dash in the middle, Motions 2.0. 2 profound movies that I highly, highly recommend to help you to shift the way you see, you perceive the world, especially if you've been through a lot of traumatic experiences. The way to get out of traumatic experiences is by learning new perspectives, but more so new, healthier perspectives. That's the only way that's going to get you out of harsh realities or harsh mindsets. You need to grow. You need to read, research. And that's what's going to help you to become the best version of yourself. So G Royal says on YouTube, well, it's not going to help when you live in a harsh, toxic environment. Why not? Because you said so? Anything can work whenever you want it to work. So I don't agree with that. I've been in some very harsh, toxic environments, and I still made it work. Again, it's all a mindset thing. Look up, all is mental. Look it up. Everything is a mindset thing. And if you're starting off thinking it in that way, despite your circumstances, there are people that have been through some harsh circumstances like myself, and I was still able to make a difference despite me being in a very harsh or toxic environment. Look, in too deep. In too deep. If you feel like you have a lot of negativity that you keep scouring up or you keep living in, that means you in too deep in your head. You need to come out of that real quick. No task was too big or small for you to push through. No obstacle is too big or small for you to push through. Things happen in the way that it needs to happen so you can learn the lesson from the experience. And the more that you are open to learn from the experience, the more you grow, the more you thrive, the more you succeed. An example would be a baby. I use it as an example. When a baby is first born, baby is submerged in a mom's belly 9 to 10 months, right? And while the baby is growing, life is still moving forward. The mom is cooking, dancing. Maybe she may have another child. Maybe there's just noise all around her. But that baby is submerged in darkness for that 9 to 10 months, right? As soon as that baby comes out, they're still being introduced to many different sounds and lights and stuff like that. That could be an actual harsh, if you want to look at it in that way, that could be a harsh shift for a newborn baby because so much going on at one point in time. So what happens? The mother or the father helps to guide or to help the baby to transition into something healthier or better. That's just an example. You can make the best out of a toxic environment. Even if you're in a toxic environment, you can still come out and be the victor. You can still be successful despite it being in a very toxic, harmful environment. It's up to you, however way you decide to do that. Yeah, low vibration intrusion. This is all they want to do. Liar, intrusion, and low vibrational. Just because someone is listening to a certain song or music doesn't mean I have to listen to it. There are many different ways or many options that I can use to get away from that music. Let's say somebody playing real loud music. Y'all know what's going on with, they don't play that loud music no more. I told you I was going to take care of it, right? I meant what I said and I took care of it. They don't play loud music anymore. I mean what I say when I say things. And y'all first hear and witness that music was blah, 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 early in the morning. They don't play that mess. They don't. I made a choice. Yes, it was very low vibrational because it was affecting the way I was doing this at one point in time. Yes, absolutely. And I said, you know what, let me change this. And I did. Not even a peep. And they very low vibrational. So that's just another example. You can make the best, or you can change the dynamic surrounding a low vibrational energy or whatever. I told you I don't play. When I say something, I mean what I say. Not a beep. I'm being so for real. I said, We have Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio. Yes, I will. One moment. Yes, I will, Debbie. Give me 1 second. Gemini, Aquarius, and strong Scorpio. Okay, I did say Capricorn. I did say Cancer earlier. So, however that resonates. The name of the movie, Debbie Miller asked, would I mention those films again? Yes. The name of the movies, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix though, but it's called The Secret. And the other one is called Emotions 2.0, but it's E, a dash in the middle, Motions 2.0. Okay, so if that resonates with you guys, hey, how you doing? If that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll keep this live up today, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you, TikTok. See you later. All right, I'll see you on Instagram. All right, so you got that? You're welcome. Yes, peace is the starter in toxic environments. Absolutely, yes. And you can find peace amongst or amidst chaos. Yes, you can. You sure can. It's like, yes, Emotions 2.0, The Secret, Emotions 2.0. But there's a dash in between E and Motions. So just be mindful of that. But yes, absolutely. All right. So remember, all is mental. All is mental. Write that down. You can stare at it. You can visualize it. You can sit in meditation. You can repeat that over and over in your mind. All is mental. Sit in meditation. See what pops up. I mean, there's so many different ways, but hopefully, that's enough to get you guys started. But get out that negative mindset, especially people that keep projecting and throwing things onto you. Get out that mindset, boo. Get out that mindset. Get out that mindset. All right, love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.